downtown Key West. Looking forward to a great day today. Today in downtown Key West, we're doing all sorts of things, like going to the southernmost point, finding the best key lime pie in the Florida Keys, and taking our 4 dogs to explore downtown Key West. Let's go. What's the #1 most important thing to do in the Florida Keys? Find the best key lime pie, and that's exactly what we were after. I did a lot of research and came upon that Blue Heaven was ranked #1 for best key lime pie in Key West. I put our names down for a table and they said you could wait across the street at Andy's Cabana. They have delicious drinks like this Bloody Mary I got. If you look on the website, you can read all about the history of Blue Heaven, and Andy's Cabana is actually made by the son of the owners of Blue Heaven, who's an engineer, so he engineered this place across the street where you can wait for your meal. And later at Blue Heaven, they had this lobster eggs Benedict. The market price was $26 for the lobster Benny, and after trying it, I thought it was completely worth it. It had a whole tail on each side of the English muffin, and it tasted like there was so much lobster piled on top of it. So delicious. Trying the famous key lime pie at Blue Heaven. I did a lot of research, and apparently this is a very famous key lime pie, so I'm so excited to take the first bite. Absolutely incredible. I would go back to Key West just for this key lime pie. Look at this mountain of meringue. It was executed perfectly. It was so light and fluffy, had a delicious tart flavor, but you could tell they didn't over-zest the key limes. Nothing bitter about this key lime pie. We ended up being right next door to what everyone says either compares to Blue Heaven or would rank #2 key lime pie in Key West. So we headed over to Moondog Cafe and got ourselves a slice from the little window. We ended up heading over to the southernmost point, and that's where we took a bite. Also, for the southernmost point, definitely expect a line. I did not get in line for a photo, but you can see this video and you get the picture. Trying Moondog Cafe's key lime pie at the southernmost point here in Key West, Florida. Unfortunately, the Moondog Key Lime Pie did not rank anywhere near Blue Heaven on my list. Many people would put this list as #2 on the Key Lime Pie tour, but I'd say it comes nowhere close to the Blue Heaven Key Lime Pie. The Moondog Key Lime Pie was really beautiful, and I loved how the meringue was executed. I'd say that maybe presentation-wise, the Moondog Cafe would beat the Blue Heaven one because I like the burnt edges of the meringue, but I'm gonna have to say flavor-wise, Blue Heaven beats it out of the water and nothing compares to that key lime pie. Here you can see we're bringing our 4 dogs to this awesome little dog beach that we found. If you're looking for it, just type dog beach in Key West. There's only one, so it's not gonna be hard to find. We're at the Conch Republic Seafood Company, where they said you can't get a fresher fish. They hand process everything here. We're about to have dinner, and I'm excited to fill up my stomach. Let's go. I was really excited to go here, the Conch Republic Seafood Factory. That's where we headed for dinner in Key West, Florida. Sitting at the Conch Republic Seafood Company, we got our key lime coladas. We ended up getting the extra shooter inside, but I personally think it's plenty strong with the key lime liqueur. Would I pick this over a regular pina colada? It's not exactly what I was hoping for. I would prefer something a little creamier with that key lime tartness, but it was definitely great to try, and I love trying the special key lime food. We continued our meal getting a dozen oysters and some cracked conch. Conch is a really special food. If you've never had it before, it's something very unique to try. I really like the breading on this one, but I did feel like the conch itself could have been tenderized a little more because it was a little rubbery, which is common with conch, but if you really beat it and make it tender, you avoid that kind of chewy sensation more. The star of the show, Frodo Baggins. So, what's super special about this restaurant is that they catch and process the fish by hand all at the restaurant. So, they say it's the freshest fish you can get in Key West.
Got the grilled mahi sandwich, the blackened mahi sandwich, and the St. Kitts pasta, some blackened shrimp over a bed of crab stuffed raviolis with a bunch of other good stuff. We're ready to dig in.
Then we got the St. Kitts pasta, which was some crab stuffed ravioli with a bed of shrimp on top and this creamy sauce. I thought it was really nice, and the crab flavor was prominent. The shrimp was cooked very well. It was fairly filling, but maybe a little bit pricey, and a couple people at the table didn't love it. So, would I get it again? I would probably pass. What was interesting with the fish sandwich was that the fried fish sandwich was super flaky and delicious. The fried fish sandwich was super flaky and delicious, but the blackened fish sandwich actually The blackened fish sandwich surprisingly tasted like it was overcooked. There was no flakiness to the meat, and it just felt tough and chewy. The seasoning was nice, but it seemed like they were trying to blacken the fillet too hard, that it overcooked the fish, so it didn't leave you with any flaky pieces. We went to Key West right after Christmas, and it was so beautiful with these lights. If you like beach walks, peaceful afternoons, free food, and calm rooms, don't stay at the Laureate in Key West, Florida.
I checked out early from this place. I did not think it advertised what it was saying with the waterfront views and sleeps for six. So it is a nice spacious place, but we had to leave early because it was not for me and I didn't want it ruining my view of Key West. So we're heading out. This view split by a road, that is not beachfront, baby.
We discussed where not to stay in Key West, but I'm going to tell you what not to do. The Ernest Hemingway House. What a rip-off. Unlike many contradicting lists that say free things to do in the Florida Keys, things that are worth it to do in Key West, Florida, Ernest Hemingway's house is a big thing on this list. However, upon my visit, I discovered this place is not free, not even to just walk on the property and enjoy the cats, like it's said in the website and on so many videos and articles that I've seen before. But when I got there, they said it's $20 per person just to walk inside. If you have a family of four, that's $80. That is not economical for things to do in Key West when everything else is so expensive, like where to stay and what to eat. If you ask me if this is a gas or ass thing to do in Key West, Florida, I'm going to give this an ass rating and say you've got to pass. Move on and find something else to do. What not to do in Key West. Thanks for coming with us to explore Key West. Check out my last video and visit Isla Mirada to see more things the Florida Keys has to offer. I hope you enjoyed this video and I can't wait for the next adventure. Like and subscribe, I really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. The Laureate offered waterfront suites in every room, which should have been my first clue that this place might be too good to be true. Any hotel I go to, I tip the front desk and tell them I'm celebrating something special to see, hey, what can you do for me? This is the only hotel that looked me dead in the eyes, took my money, and said they could do nothing for me. The first problem I noticed was actually when we pulled into this hotel, and that on the website it's advertised as being waterfront. There's water, but then there's a gigantic road. Then the hotel. And if you look on Google, you can see the pictures completely cut out the road. We just came from Isla Mirada, like in my last video, and that place was extremely relaxing. It's everything I look for in the Florida Keys. In Isla Mirada, I was falling asleep with the balcony window cracked open, the sound of the waves crashing upon the shore, the sunset waking me up to see the beautiful beach. But here at the Laureate, the road was keeping me from the water. So, if I wanted to crack my window, all I heard was traffic. In the morning, my brother, who was sleeping on the sofa bed, came and was covered in red marks. So I went into the lobby confidently and said, I want a refund. I was completely disappointed with this place and I don't think it's advertised correctly on Google. She was nice enough and checked me out, I'm sure because she didn't want any scene in front of new guests checking in. So, long story short, Key West just ended up not being what I look for when I'm vacationing in the Florida Keys. I headed back to Isla Morada and we didn't end up finding another hotel to stay in Key West and be beachfront like how I wanted back at the Isla Morada, which was around 250 a night. It was 650 a night. I still want this video to show the best parts of Key West. I just want you to know there's different things to look for in the Florida Keys, so keep that in mind when you're planning your beach vacation.